Hour by hour, we're getting a clearer picture of the disaster unfolding in Indonesia. It began with a powerful earthquake when it hit the island of Sulawesi. Then came the tsunami, and now a new threat from aftershocks.
La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah, ya Allah, ya Allah.
This is new video from the city of Palu. Jittery residents huddled on the streets, afraid their homes could collapse around them. They want to be sure it's safe again to go back inside. Hours earlier, the tsunami struck, water surging inland, engulfing everything in its path. Officials put the number of dead at over 380. For more on the double disaster, let's bring in the CBC's Dominic Velitis in London. So, Dom, let's talk about the sense now we're getting of the scope of the destruction.
Well, John, we've just received some more pictures of the damage this earthquake and tsunami have caused. Specifically, these are pictures of Palu, a city which is home for more than 300,000 people. Now, at first there was the earthquake, a magnitude 7.5 earthquake. That hit the island just before dusk yesterday. The real damage, though, was caused by the tsunami which followed. At the moment, and as you mentioned, John, the authorities are saying hundreds of people have been killed and hundreds more have been injured, but that estimate is for Palu alone. As communications are down, we still don't know what the situation is elsewhere on the island, and we don't even have a full picture really of the impact in Palu. Although scores of bodies have already been found along the shoreline, there are still many people unaccounted for. For example, it's still not known what has happened to potentially hundreds of others who were attending a beach festival in Palu when this tsunami struck. It's worth bearing in mind as well, John, that thousands of buildings have been damaged, many destroyed, and there are fears more may have been killed or are trapped in the rubble there. So not a great deal of information at the moment in terms of casualties. The number of dead is being put in the hundreds, but that is expected to rise, with one government official saying the final figure could well be in the thousands. John.
Dominic, the emergency response now fully underway. What do we know about that?
Well, they're being led by the Indonesian military. It's now started sending cargo planes of relief aid from the capital, Jakarta. But rescue workers are certainly going to face some major challenges with all this, John. For one, powerful aftershocks are being reported in Palu this morning. There are power cuts, roads have been closed, communications are down, and the city's main airport has been closed to all non-essential aircraft after its runway and air traffic control tower were damaged. And as I mentioned earlier, hospitals have been damaged as well, meaning the injured are being treated outside in makeshift medical tents. So a chaotic situation by all accounts. The UN has confirmed in the last hour or so that it has been in contact with the Indonesian authorities to say that it is ready and able to provide support if required. John.